Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you might be watching this. Welcome to Breathe Within Yoga. My name is Julianne Duffy, and we're going to be doing another restorative practice today. So to get yourself set up, we will be using 2 bolsters, or get yourself 2 thick blankets to make a makeshift bolster for the class. So if you haven't before, once you have a couple of blankets, get some thicker ones, maybe a little bit heavier, whatever you kind of like. And then what you're going to do is fold it in half, fold it again, and then you're going to roll it into kind of like a Twinkie, not Twinkie, but like a Swiss roll type of idea. So you make yourself the bolster. Voila. So if you need to, you're welcome to pause the video, grab yourself some blankets if you don't have them, or grab yourself the 2 bolsters. Once you have your stuff, let's get ourselves in our first position. So we'll grab one of our bolsters, either a makeshift one or one that we have on hand, and we're going to place it so it's parallel to the long edge of the mat if we're on our mat this morning, afternoon, evening. And the second one we're going to keep for support under our legs. So to get into our first pose, we're going to come onto our seated bones. We're going to sit up tall. We're going to let our lower back touch the bottom of our spine, and we're going to allow our spine to be supported by the first bolster. Now with either our second bolster, if we'd like, we're going to let the bottoms of the feet touch, and coming into like a Baddha Konasana, so diamond shape with the legs, so the knees open up towards the sides, and then the legs can be supported by our makeshift bolster, a blanket, a pillow, or of course your bolster if you do have 2 bolsters at home. And then once you're here, we're going to let the spine be supported by the lengthwise bolster. Once we're here, we're going to tuck our chin, lengthening through the spine so we feel the spine completely elongated and supported. We're going to rock our right and our left shoulder under. Let the back of the arms be supported by the floor, and the palms are going to open towards the sky. We'll close our eyes here. The chin is slightly tucked. And as we come into this pose, we're going to notice how it feels to take a deep breath in. So as we inhale, notice how the chest starts to expand through the ribs, into the belly, into the back of the body. Feel the deep breath in to the entire torso area expands. And then as we exhale, seeing if we can extend the exhales just a little bit longer than the inhale. We're going to stay here for just a few more moments with this breath. Taking our deep, full, expansive torso breath. Everything expands through the midsection. Taking a focus on expanding through the belly, into the back. Everything expands with this wonderful deep breath. And then as we slowly release and exhale, we're melting into our bolster, the floor. Each inhale, we feel ourselves expanding, creating more space within ourselves. Everything expands through the entire core of the body. And then as we exhale, we just let go of seeing anything we might not need, slowly just surrendering and releasing it. Let's take another deep, full breath in. This time, maybe we're imagining it once again this morning, afternoon, evening, as a bright, golden or light energy coming in with the inhale, feeling this beautiful healing energy expand through the midsection of the body. And then as we exhale and we release that which we don't need, we notice that by allowing ourselves to heal, that we are healing starts to go out and transmute into healing energy for everyone else. So maybe that stuff that we're letting go of on the exhale might come out as a cloudy or dark mist or whatever it might be in energy. And then as we see it leave, we notice how it transmutes back into that healing energy that we breathe in, that golden white light. So we'll let that breath come in again, maybe with that imagery of bringing in that beautiful golden white light, that healing energy expanding through the entire body. Notice how it fills up the entire torso with this beautiful opening. And then as we let go of that which we don't need to hold on to, we don't need to linger with, we notice it starting to leave, and then it transmutes into that healing, focused energy. And we notice that by taking this opportunity to bring in healing energy into ourselves and to heal ourselves, we allow that healing to continue to help heal and serve everyone else. So by healing ourselves, we also heal the consciousness. The more connected we become, the more that we help heal and serve everybody else. So by taking these deep focused breaths, healing and increasing through the torso with this love, this health, this expansion, and then letting go of that which we don't need, we help heal service the collective consciousness through just taking these moments to heal ourselves. We'll stay here for just another few moments. Deep breath in, let the torso expand. And slowly let that exhale just release. We'll take one final focused breath here, opening through the torso, into the belly, into the back of the body, imagining we can start to feel ourselves start to come up off the bolster. And then as we exhale, we just bring ourselves back to the body, maybe wiggling our fingers and toes. We'll slowly bring those feet flat to mat. Knees might be pointing towards the ceiling as we gently bring ourselves slightly off the bolster. We're going to roll over to our right as we let both of the bolsters kind of slide behind us. It might take a few moments and a few moments and maneuvering to get there, but we'll come on to our right, take our moment in recovery, close the eyes, hug the knees into the chest if that feels good. Let's take a moment. Once again, deep breath in. Notice how the body feels at this moment. Check in with the state of mind, the body. And then without attaching, we just let that go. Let's take one more deep focused breath here. And as we slowly exhale, we're going to gently bring ourselves up through to seated. And we're going to grab one of our bolsters and we're going to place it towards the bottom of our mat. So at the end of our mat here. We're going to come to lying on our stomachs, and our kind of feet, ankles are going to be supported by the bolster. So this is where we're going to go. So the other bolster, our second one, can be off to the side. We won't need it for this pose. Coming onto our belly, we're going to lie on our stomach. We're going to open up our knees so they're as wide as the mat. Maybe take them wider or closer as it feels appropriate. And then we're going to let our torso be supported by the floor. The hands can come under the head. You can come onto one ear, on the forehead, or the other ear. We will switch ears if you're lying on one ear. And then we can roll that bolster as far as feels appropriate. We're just feeling that into the hips, the glutes. You're feeling this deep opening. If the feet don't touch, that's okay. And just adjust yourself to wherever you're feeling this beautiful opening into the hips, glutes, all of those areas. So lying on the stomach, let the head be released onto the floor. Again, either onto the ear, forehead. And we're going to come back to our breath. So in this pose, lying on our stomach, we're going to take our deep breath in. Notice how the belly has less room as we breathe, but we want to bring the breath into the belly, feel the torso expand, feel the breath or imagine it coming into the back of the body. And then as we exhale, we're sinking, getting a little bit closer to the floor. Let's do that 2 more times. Another deep focused breath, bringing in that beautiful, spacious, healing energy. And then as we exhale, we're sinking, releasing just a little bit closer to the mat. Once more, another deep, full breath. Let the torso expand. See if you can get that into the belly, bringing you off the floor. Or imagining you might be able to. And then release on that exhale. On this next breath, let's bring back that vision and that imagery of bringing in that beautiful golden healing light. If you weren't imagining it, let's bring it back again. So with each inhale, we're bringing in that beautiful spacious light. It comes into the torso, it expands through the entire body. And then as we exhale, we're releasing that which we don't need. And we see it transmute back into that beautiful healing energy for the mass consciousness, to send that healing vibration, that higher energy, knowing that with each breath and each moment that we take to help heal and serve ourselves, we also contribute positively to the collective consciousness. Let's stay here for just another moment, another deep, full breath. Let the torso expand. And then as you exhale, if you're on one ear, this is your moment. Change the ears. If you're still on your forehead, stay right there. And let's continue with that breath. Inhaling, either letting the torso completely expand, or as we exhale, and exhale just releasing. Or we're doing the imagery of bringing in that beautiful healing golden light. It expands, filling up the entire body, every area with this healing energy. And as we exhale, we release all that we don't need, and we see it transmute back into healing energy to be caught, picked up by somebody else to help them heal. Let's stay here for just a few more moments. Staying with the breath, another deep, full inhale comes into the torso. Again, feel the expansion, see the healing breath come in. And then once again, let that go, let it transmute. We're going to slowly come back to our body, maybe wiggling our fingers and toes, and we'll gently start to bring ourselves up through all fours. So bring yourselves up. We can just let the bolster slide away for a moment. And coming through all fours, let's come briefly through seated. Let's grab our bolster and come into a supported restorative child's pose. So grabbing our bolster, we're opening up our knees wide enough that the bolster can gently come between the legs. We're going to sit back towards our heels, and we're going to let the torso gently start to come right over the bolster. So you're going to come to lying on the bolster. Now, if you would like, you've got a couple options. You can just let the torso be supported, let the head come to your bolster. Arms can come forward. That's an option. You can support the head if that feels good. You can come to either ear. And you can, of course, even put the arms under the bolster if you'd like to increase and bring it up a little bit higher. So just kind of play around with it. Find what feels most appropriate. Wherever we're at, let's take another deep breath in. So as we inhale, we feel the lengthening through the spine. And as we exhale, we just imagine we can melt just a tiny bit more over our bolster. Feel the breath come in. Notice how it comes into the torso. Try to get the breath into the belly, into the back of the body. Feel it come and expand. And then as you exhale, melting, releasing into the floor, your bolster, the mat. We're going to stay with our visualized breath, breathing in that beautiful, bright, golden, healing energy, letting it completely expand through the torso. And then as we exhale, we see it taking that it doesn't need and changing it into a healing energy. Again, just remembering that by allowing ourselves this opportunity to heal and put that intention into healing ourselves, we create and contribute positively to the entire whole of our consciousness. Staying with this breath. Another deep, full inhale. Let the torso expand. Feel the breath come into the body. And let that breath slowly dissipate, releasing, going to heal others. We'll stay here for just a few more moments, breathing deeply. Keeping the focus either on just watching the breath. Inhale, feel the expansion. Exhale, feel the contractions melting into your bolster. Stay with the visualization if that feels more appropriate. Breathing in that beautiful healing energy and then releasing that what is not needed. Seeing that that is not needed transmute into a healing energy. If you're on one of your ears, this is your opportunity to switch to balance out the neck. And then when you switch sides, if you were on opposite ear, you may notice that it feels quite different. We'll definitely have one side that will have more of a favorite too. So just notice. And if there's any conversations, judgments, observations that come up, notice what they are. And then as we take that healing focused breath in, we release those thoughts and observations as well as anything that we didn't need. And it too is transmuted into that healing, beautiful energy. So as we sit here in this stillness, holding this pose for a few more moments, if there's any other thoughts, observations, sensations that come up that you don't need, that isn't necessary in this moment, just let that float out to be transmuted, releasing that as well. We'll stay here for a few more moments in silence with our breath and our focus. As we come through our next breath, if you've got one of your ears on the bolster, gently come back through center. And we'll all slowly come back through center. We'll sort of push our hands away from the mat towards us as we come up, back into a seated position. We'll grab that bolster, place it to the side, and once again, let's make our way to the mat. And this time we're just going to come right onto lying on our back. So we're just going to come onto our back, lying on the mat. Draw some circles on the ceiling, releasing the lower back. Take a moment to check in. Notice how everything feels. And we're going to come into our Savasana, that final pose for just these last few moments. So if you'd like, you can grab the bolster once again. And you've got some options. You can place it under the legs. You can just let the legs be supported or the knees be supported by the bolster. Feet can go straight, or maybe kind of a Baddha Konasana like we did before, and just let the legs open. Knees can be bent, or just remove the bolster and just have the legs come straight. We're going to rock our right and our left shoulder under. Let the back of the hands be supported by the floor, palms facing towards the ceiling. We're going to tuck our chin, lengthening through the spine. Once again, take a deep, focused breath in. Notice how the breath expands. Deep, full inhale. And then slowly let that go. See and feel yourself melt once again into the floor. Closing the eyes, staying focused with this breath. We'll do that 2 more times. Another deep, full inhale. Let the torso expand, let the belly expand. Feel the breath completely envelop the entire torso. Again, maybe we're seeing that healing energy come in. And then as we exhale and we slowly dissipate the breath, we're releasing that which isn't needed, that isn't there and isn't at this moment helping, healing, and serving us. And by releasing that and sending it out with the intention that it is going to be transmuted into and back into truth, healing, and source. So we stay with this, breathing in this beautiful healing energy, this connection, this divine light energy that comes with our breath and with this intention. It fills up the entire torso, and when we think we can't take a bigger breath, we notice we can take just a little more in, letting the entire torso expand. And then we let it slowly go. It's taking whatever's not needed to help us to heal and release and connect. And that which it's taking is again being sent out, and as it leaves us, we notice it, go back to truth, source, healing energy. By releasing that what we don't need, we heal and serve ourselves and the collective greater consciousness. We'll take one more focused breath. Let this be even bigger than you've done before, seeing how much space you can bring into the body, how much healing, beautiful, connected, sacred energy you can connect to. And then allowing that to take anything that is left that isn't needed for you in this moment, for you to be healthy, healed, and connected. And as it leaves, it again is transmuted, becoming back to source, truth energy that is healed and there to help other people. And then we can let go of that as we take this opportunity to resonate on how each time we take a moment to heal ourselves, to help us connect and balance, we also contribute to helping and healing and serving everyone else around us. As we are energy consciousness, we have potential, endless potential of what we can create and what we can do. We are limited by our beliefs. We are limited by what we've been told. And knowing that this is our opportunity, that there is no boundaries when we come to this practice. What we can imagine is endless. What we can create is powerful. And by changing our perspective, we change and create a whole new reality. So with each moment that we set the intention of creating space, healing, and servicing ourselves and others, we create this chain of positivity. And then we allow ourselves this opportunity once again to just come back to those easy moments of our breath, those easy, pure moments of just noticing that in this moment, in this opportunity, everything is perfect. Everything is as it's supposed to be. You're at ease, relaxed, and healed. Slowly we start to come back to our body. As we take our next breath in, we notice how when there's no fear, when we're living in connection and truth, our space is endless. Possibilities are endless. There's full potential. When we live in fear, in tightness, in that non-truth, as fear has no room for truth, we limit everything. So as we go forward over these next few days until we come back to our practice again, we set that intention to live in truth, in healing, and releasing that which creates that tightness, which creates fear. As we set an intention to observe a little more how we react and respond when we notice the tightness, the constriction, fear being brought up. That is our golden opportunity. That is our opportunity to look at that situation as the observer as much as possible, to find the truth that is buried within the untruth, as fear is untrue. Fear is not connected to source. Fear is not where the answers will be. So knowing that you are powerful and you live in truth, set that intention to connect each time you feel disconnected. And we'll slowly make our way over to our right side. Take another deep, full breath. Let yourself expand any way that feels appropriate. And we're going to gently make our way up through to seated. Your eyes might be closed or gently gazing forward. We're going to let those arms rotate overhead. Let the hands touch. Thumbs come to heart center as we bring those hands at prayer position. And we take this final opportunity to thank ourselves for practicing. The light within me acknowledges and sees the light within you. Namaste. I truly thank you for, again, practicing for yourself as much as for being here for me to teach. I appreciate it. I thank you. Please do like, share, subscribe, give the little thumbs up so I know you guys appreciate these videos and I will continue doing them. I hope you did get what you need out of this. And remember, there is no truth in fear. If there is fear coming up when you hear something, that is the internal call. That is your source. That is the soul. That is consciousness calling you to look at it clearly. Because there's no clarity when we're living in fear. And if you are interested in a full class that are live, because of course that's where we're sitting in this reality at this moment, is everything's going through the internet. I will have a link below to my website, and I will be doing this once a week, full classes, and much more intimate because I'll be able to interact with you directly through the software that we'll be using. So again, please share this with anybody that could benefit. Remember, you are a strong, divine human. We are the power sources. We create this reality. And fear is not going to help us. Fear is not our friend. Fear is what they're using as a tool in a manipulative way. So something to contemplate on until we meet again at the mat. Namaste.